What's up, everyone? Steven here with Techmaker Studio. This is building a decentralized Twitter clone with React.js and Aleph.im part 15. So I think I've been promising for a few episodes now that we were going to wrap up some UX issues. And the last video I cut short thinking it would help me get it uploaded on this slow internet. But so far that hasn't worked out. So I decided... today you can see is Monday, December 27th, the same day as other video. I'm going to knock out a few videos today and then schedule them all out tomorrow when we have some good internet, hopefully. So sorry for the content delay. We're trying to get these things out every day, but there's just only so much we can do while we're on the road. So with all of that said, what we're going to do in this episode, one thing I want to do is have this post button be deactivated if this content here is blank. So we're going to get that going. And then I'm going to have something over here. We're not going to make this button do anything yet, but I want to basically take this little address indicator over here. Or if we are not logged in, cannot read property of undefined. So we need to handle that, but we'll do that later. Let me click refresh and see. So I'm going to change this. So if we click refresh, this is actually kind of a bug, but it works in our favor right now in the sense that we can actually see the button if we click refresh. What we would like to happen is when we click refresh, it automatically picks up the fact that we've already connected our wallet. It's not a big deal, I guess. All you've got to do is click connect, and now we're logged in. If we do a Command-Shift-R, which I call a hard refresh, I think it may actually be called a hard refresh. I'm not sure, but if you do that, then you are logged in. In any case, so we're going to handle those two things, and as you can tell, I'm less in a hurry. So we're going to take our time and get this stuff built out. And welcome to another Techmaker workshop. Let's jump into it. One thing I'm not sure about is why these posts are showing up on top. So that's kind of curious. You can see these are older than our ones going back here. So that's kind of interesting. Not entirely sure. In any case, let's keep on moving. Looks like somebody's following along with our project here. That's cool. Building a decentralized Twitter clone. Hello from LA. Hello from Canada. Cool. So anyway, let's keep going here. Sorry for the sidetrack. So what we want to do in our modal is essentially if let's start by saying disabled equals true on the post button. And then if we come in here and click post, you can see that that's disabled. We can't click it. Okay. So what we want to do is just create a function here that says handle disabled, or maybe like check active, something like that. Let's come up here and say const check active equals, and all we're going to do is just check if there's post content. So we'll say return post content is not equal an empty string, and post content does not equal undefined. Okay, so basically we're saying if these two things are both true, this should return true, and then therefore check active should be false in this case. So disabled we want to be false in that case. So we want to say we should actually invert this, make it a little bit easier to understand. So we'll say post content is that or undefined. So empty string or undefined. And you know, just glancing at this, I actually kind of want to just cut this and paste it in here. Let's go have a look and see if this works. Okay, so post something and you can see it becomes active. If I click backspace, did that close that? No, maybe it's my refresh that was kicking in. I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's cool. You can see that it goes deactivated or disabled as soon as we get back to an empty string. So nice. That's basically what we want. And then just to kind of see the full UX, testing the UX post, we get this please confirm in your wallet, sign, and hopefully, boom, there it goes. Nice. One thing I'm noticing here is that our focus state on the button has a blue color, and then also that's kind of weird. Okay, so we have another little glitch, but we'll come back to that in a second. So our deactivated is blue, and then our focus is blue. So you can see it's focused here because we clicked off, and it's got this little glow around it. Well, and then also when we posted, it goes away, but I'm like, if I click back on it, it's still active. So that's kind of strange. Let's start with the buttons. So we have BTN primary. Let's do this. Let's say border none, background, BTN primary hover. What do we want to do? I want to do and focus, and maybe that's good like that. What other teals do we have? Just the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I would like to do actually is say and disabled, and then we'll do something like background color. Let's try teal 1, teal 2 maybe. So, well, now I can't really tell. There we go. So let's try teal 1. I want to make it very bright. No, that's too much. Okay, so we can see now if we start typing, it's got a kind of a weird flicker in there, to be honest. Not sure how I feel about that. One thing I want to do is get rid of the blue glow. How do we do that? Bootstrap, no blue glow. This is from 2012. This is from 2015. Border color, box shadow, outline, 0, none. Let's see if it's, we're going to have to play with this a little bit. So we click on this, we click the X, let's inspect it. Outline, 0, box shadow, none. Okay, let's go with box shadow, none. Box shadow, none. And let's put that down in focus there. Okay. Actually, let's do this. Let's put this up like that, and then make this important. I think actually I want this to be I'm going to split up hover and focus here. And focus. And we'll do color, background color, teal 3. Something along those lines. Post. I'm really not sure why that thing like gets so flickery there. So weird. Not sure how I feel about that yet. Okay, cool. So that looks all fine. I'm not sure about this other problem though. So how does that get reset? So what is it when we close the modal? So So basically, we have this const close, and then we're calling that somewhere else. Is that right? No. Just trying to figure out where that comes from again. Let's open up app.js. So we have post form modal, set modal open, so on and so forth. And then when we get our, it's in our posts back over here, that basically we call prop set modal open to be false whenever we get something coming in from this user, if you will remember that process. So what I'm wondering is whenever we close the modal, how can we go ahead and clear the state? We already did something like this in the post modal. Yeah, here it is. So we have this use effect, and we say when there's a change to modal open, and then we say if the props modal open is true, we set tx in progress to be false. So all I want to do here is actually just add in set post content to be an empty string. Okay, and so this could get annoying for some users, like, and we may have to come back to this and think about it. But if you type a bunch of stuff and then you close, then you post something, now your content's gone. And I think this is probably why, like on actual Twitter, if you click close, it's going to ask you, hey, do you really want to discard this tweet? So that's kind of what we may have to do. Okay, so the very last thing I want to do is handle our address down here. I want to style this a bit differently. And then if we're not logged in, I'm going to change this button down here a fair bit. So first and foremost, what do we have that? Where is that? I guess is the first question. Let's open up our file explorer. Account button. Is that it? Yeah, it looks like it. So what I want to do is, first of all, here, let's put a div class name equals account button or something like that. It won't be a real button, at least not yet. So we'll save that, and let's see if it broke. Doesn't look like it's broken. Yeah, it is broken. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. So that's back to where we started. Let's open up our app SCSS. We'll do account button. Let's do width 100%. I don't know if that's the case already or not. Let's do text align center. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so now it's centered. Let's do font size 1.2 rem. It's a little bit bigger. Let's add a background color of just black. Okay. Let's add well, if we're gonna do padding and stuff, what's our color range here? Let's do gray 4. Okay, so that's that one. Let's add a gray 5 and make it darker. Maybe. Here we go. So I just want to pop that down, like, not quite that much, like that. And then down here, if we didn't already do it, we'll make this gray 5. Okay, let's do border radius 15 pixels. Getting closer. And then let's go over to our nav bar. So I think I'm going to go ahead and copy this and come back over to our count button over here. And let's paste this in here like that. See what that does. Doesn't look like it did anything. So margin end 3. I want to add a little space there. What happens if I do 5? Not a thing. What if we do padding end? Well, that shifts the actual thing over. Maybe I need to get rid of that width. Okay, so gonna end up doing something kind of weird here. Let's take away that ME3 thing, maybe, or ME5. Let's switch back to ME3 and see what that does. Okay, that's what we want. And then I want to add in a P-3. Too much. PX2. The PY doesn't matter. Wait, I had that backwards. The PY matters. The PX doesn't matter. Okay, that looks better. One thing I want to do, though, is give it a margin. I don't need a margin top here. I need an MB2 because we're on the bottom. Okay, that looks better. What we would like to do, and I think what will actually happen, is once we have like a profile, because like right now, if you look at this, we have this generic profile picture on everything. We don't want that. We want to let people actually set up usernames, which I think we're going to pull in from ENS. So if you own an ENS domain, it'll be populated as your username. And then we want to allow people to pick from their NFTs that they own to set their profile picture. And I think you'll click on this in order to see that dialog. And in actual fact, we will restyle this to have like your profile picture and stuff like that down there at some point, most likely. Let's refresh this though and look at the connect wallet button. So if we look at our create post button, what I want to do is basically make this a block button as well. So we're going to paste this div here. Then we're going to come over here and close it off. We're going to switch this to be btn lg. And let's make this btn secondary and see what that looks like. I don't actually know what color that is. Okay, and then we're going to need the same kind of, we're going to need all of this. I don't think we'll need the padding bit, but we'll need everything else. Okay, cool. So now we have connect wallet. I don't really care for that color. Let's try btn. What are the options? We got btn primary, secondary, info. Don't like that. Warning. Don't really care for that. Dark. I don't hate that one. It's not really great UX in the sense that actually it's kind of tucked away down there. But I don't hate that in terms of aesthetics. So I'm just going to leave it for now. We might want to make it blue or something. Maybe blue. You know what? I don't really want to worry about it yet. I think whenever we get into the profile stuff, we'll worry about that design. For now, I think we have something that's at least aesthetically decent. There's a lot of detailing work to do in here, and especially because we want to make this our own. We don't want this just to be a straight up rip-off of Twitter at some point. So, that being the case, I think we'll just kind of leave it for now, but we'll definitely come back and make some updates. Okay, so we finally made it after 15 episodes through the actual process of setting up the UI, connecting accounts, and all this kind of stuff. So finally, in the next episode, what we're going to do is start migrating to a custom data model for this app instead of just using this chat thread. Now, what I hope to accomplish is to create a really useful data model that other people want to build on top of, so that, we really can all benefit from the sort of permissionless composability promise of Web3. So, all of that said, we're going to start chipping away at that in the next episode. And I think once we do a little bit of that, we're going to work on the profile setup so that you can, click on your wallet here and then click on it and open up, like, I want to pull in all my NFTs that I own and be able to pick one for my profile. And if you actually do own it on the chain, we're going to show that you're verified and blah, blah, blah. And with all of that said, as always, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the next episode.